Where are you?
I'm in Miami. Hold on, I gotta turn this
What the
music
fuck?
off. Hold on. There. This motherfucking music. There we go. Bam.
Why does IG always go from allowing you 32 people in a group to like 12 people in a group?
Sorry, say that again. I muted you so because I was turning the music off.
Why does IG let you go from having 32 people in a group to like not like you're only allowed like 12 people in a group on IG messaging?
Say that again. It doesn't let you add more than. Are you talking to me right now?
Yeah, it's like Instagram. It's like it allows you 32 people in a group, and then it doesn't allow you 32 people in a group.
So how many people does it?
It goes from like 12 to 32, and it like bounces back and forth.
So are you having trouble adding people, or what's the issue?
Yeah, it won't let me add more people.
Huh. More than 12 or more than 32, maybe it's got a limit. I don't know.
It bounces.
Oh, it bounces between 12 and 32, so it won't let you add more than 12 at one point, and then won't let you add more than 32 on the others.
Yeah.
I have no idea, to be honest. I haven't added that many people in a group, to be honest.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure about the settings. Where are you at? In Calgary?
Yeah.
How's Calgary?
Yeah. I'm supposed to come to Miami. My buddy lives out there and he keeps bugging me to come visit. How long are you there for?
I'm gonna be here. I don't know. I'm probably gonna be here till 24th, 25th, somewhere around there. We gotta get all these set up, and then I'm probably gonna go to LA for like 2 days or something. Just kind of, I don't know, see some people, I guess, and then I'm gonna head to Australia.
Ooh, fancy. Are you with Brandon?
Yeah, I am. Well,
I can't hear you. You completely cut out.
hello?
Hi, what did you say?
Hey, can you hear
Yeah, I
me?
can hear you.
Oh, no, he's in Nashville right now. They're taking over Johnny Cash's ranch, actually. They're gonna manage it.
They're what?
They're taking over Johnny Cash's ranch. So he's in Nashville right now until tomorrow, and then he's coming back.
Cute.
So yeah, it's exciting times. Miami's cool. I like it down here. The Spanish comes in handy, that's for sure. So yeah, you should come hang out. You can work from anywhere anyway. So
I get a lot of work done in Calgary. I need to stay in Calgary for the next couple months.
no, I hear you. It's yeah, when you're on the road, it's a little bit more challenging to kind of keep the work flow, right? Just because there's just nothing to do out there. So what do you so I was talking to Trav. I'm like, I don't know exactly where he was asking me, like where you kind of wanted to take this, but what I told him is that, like, from my point of view, I think a lot of people could use kind of tools to kind of unwind their mind and like maybe like help them on their like entrepreneur journey, and also to like have specific tools to kind of to be able to kind of like focus and let all that like the subconscious part that it has been like programmed into us from the past, kind of like action steps to kind of move forward to get over certain things and traumas that we all have.
Yeah.
That's what I thought would be a good kind of angle to go about, but I kind of wanted to run it by you and see. Well, it's your mastermind, so You're the boss.
No, I think it's a great idea. Yeah, I'm just messaging him.
Here, I can send him the link.
I sent him it. But yeah, you can send it to him too.
He said that he was getting set up over there. Your video's off, hey? I don't know if you know, but
Yeah, I'm in my cat onesies.
oh, okay. So he sent me another link. Oh, here. He's in room waiting. When
Oh,
was that? Should we just join that one, I guess? Did he
yeah.
send you?
No, he didn't. Oh, he's typing. Okay, yeah, we'll join.
We'll join his,
Well,
I
why
guess.
doesn't he just join ours?
Well, yeah, that I just sent it to him. Oh, hold on. Yeah, just wait. You're in your onesies? Yeah, you are. Of course you are.
Of course I am. He didn't send me his Zoom, so I think he's coming on.
Yeah.
Oh, there he is. Hello, how are you?
Hey guys, well that was fun. I have 2 Zooms going there.
Oh,
No worries.
well,
No.
we got it working.
How's the Costa Rica, Trav?
Where are you, buddy?
I'm in Miami right now.
Man, I thought I traveled a lot. You got mine. I'm all over the place, and I can't keep up with you.
So why are you guys in tropical locations and I'm in Calgary?
Because we choose to.
Yeah, exactly. Because we can.
I need to stay in Calgary for a while. I need to stop traveling.
No such thing.
Yeah.
I go back to Vegas in 2 days, and I'm there for 4 days, and then I'm off to Peru for 2 weeks, and then come back, and then Washington, and then Australia. So my next 60 days, I'm all over the planet again.
When are you going to be in Australia, Trav? When do you get into Australia? I might be there.
I think we're Nikki's booking the ticket for me. I think I'm rolling in on the 17th, and then there's
Oh, okay.
and then I'm there till the I think 21st, 22nd, and then turn around and flip it, come back.
That's a short trip, sure. That's a long trip for only 4 days.
Yeah, that's a 28-hour turnaround, but let's go there. I'm one of the keynotes, so I got to do that, and I'll do the VIP day, and then I'm out of there. I got to go to Washington, and then on to the next thing, and then the next jump starts. So we've got work to do. Anyway, enough about that. Hi, Brittany. I'm Travis. Pleasure to meet you.
Nice. Do you know, you just mentioned you're going to Vegas. Do you know Brad Lee?
Do I know Brad Lee? How would I know Mr. Lee?
I'll connect you guys on Instagram. He is a big podcast. I connect people to his podcast sometimes. But yeah, okay, so talk to me. How are things? What is going on?
You might want to narrow that question down. There's a lot going on, actually, so much so that, as Soto will tell you, I run on about 3 hours of sleep now a day, including today. The Architect entire brand, which is now getting ready to go on its 30th year running, is really set to explode. It's releasing 2 new products that I had actually shelved for 10 years and hadn't released in 10 years. And I brought it back out this year, and it's really exploded and also really changed how we dynamically are training the architects. And so that's called the Jumpstart Your Heart and Life program, which we now have in a VOD version. And then, of course, we have the live version, which is called the Super Jump. And then that leads you into the training if you want it to, which is a 3-step process. And as Soto just went through, you become a graduated architect, which affords you all of the brand capability of the training. It's like getting a PhD in a year, literally, because I actually am a PhD. So I'm an double doctorate, who really discovered after 15 years of private practice and being in the both conscious and subconscious modeling spaces, training corporate brands, corporate cultures, and even in private practice, and spent 14,000 hours on stage, that the one thing that kept missing from this whole thing was that modern medical psychology isn't really about helping you heal. It's about keeping you in the process of self-hypnosis and keeping you in the perpetual loop. And so I retired and then spent 5 years traveling around the world and sat with all the great masters I could find. And up from, you name the corner of the earth, I traveled to it, and had an epiphany in Bhutan at Tiger's Nest, if you know where that is.
Okay.
And I sat with the head lama there, and I had Tiger's Nest to myself, and that's when it became really crystal clear that the part that was missing was what's called the I am belief structure. Now, I am is not new in and of itself. The message has been here perpetually since the dawn of man. But how do we actually get down to that through the conscious, subconscious, emotional structure, our meta value structures, our belief systems, and then get all the way down to the truth, our own personal truth. And I'm a how-to guy, Brittany. I don't know about you, but I started off as what my father wanted me to be a professional golfer. I started at the age of 5. By the 19 I turned pro. And I fell in what I thought was love at the time. And, my heart got broken, and I had no construct of how to handle it emotionally. And I went from a great golfer to a head case literally in seconds. And so 15 years of my life went down the drain because I couldn't figure out how to pull my head out of my rear end. And so because of that beautiful event, that's what ultimately put me on my path. And I sat under my mentor, Dr. Nees, for 15 years until he released me and said, "You're done." And that was the part that was missing, was the true heart of the matter. And I mean that both metaphorically, but also literally. And so I was a how-to guy. So I set about for the last literally 30 years, developing a system that people can use regardless of their educational background, gender, sexual preference, political structure, cultural structure, religious pillar structure, that they can walk themselves through to become exactly their own truth and understand how they're keeping themselves from doing it, both at the conscious, subconscious, and emotional structural level, but also them truly reprogram themselves and be the being that they are, not the human that they think they are. And so that whole system is what you're staring at. And obviously, Mr. Soto is one of our chief architects, who is obviously a graduate, as you probably know, because he just spent 2.5 weeks with us in Thailand as part of his graduation.
Cool.
And so we're doing now classes almost every month now, and our goal is to train 1 million architects. And then the way I have the company set up, Brittany, is that once we hit the 1 million architects, I will go emeritus. I will turn the company over to the Architect Council, and there are Architect Council members. And then I'm down here in Costa Rica. I'm working on one of 7 architectural centers around the world. This one's the first one. It's called Architect's Castle. We already have the land, retreat center here, and that will become the evolution as I continue to go further down the company, and then the architects will run the company. So it's a message company that's bigger than us, and it's not about Travis Fox. It's about the message itself and the process itself, so that everybody can truly wake themselves up.
Awesome. I love that. That's really, really, really powerful stuff. And I really reside with that. I had kind of a similar story where I was kind of lost, and I wasn't on the right path. And then I found personal development and just this work and mindset work and consciousness. And so that really transformed my life. And then I got off into coaching, did very well. And then what happened is a lot of people are like, "Oh, Brittany, how did you blow up your business?" And so then I started teaching them marketing and branding. So it's very similar to kind of what had happened to me as well, and just kind of that more internal awakening. So yeah, I love it. I mean, if you're open, I'd love to have you talk to our mastermind members. We do a call. We're just implementing every Wednesday, so you can kind of pick which Wednesday works for you. And then we want to keep it at 6 p.m. MST and 5 p.m. PST. So you can, if that works for you, awesome. If we need to change it, then I'll just kind of let everybody know. But yeah, and then all I would ask is just like massive value add for the chunk of it. And then at the end, what we're doing is if people want to come on, then you can do a tiny, tiny, tiny pitch at the end, like 30 seconds, a minute, like not making the entire thing about your pitch. And then we do a commission-based structure for anyone that wants to possibly sign up. So we're going to experiment with that business structure. If you're open to it, if not, I mean, I'm pretty much open for anything, but that's kind of what we're doing right now.
Yeah. Talk to me about what you mean commission-based structure. Commission on your side?
So what we do is I also the reason why I'm picky with who we bring on for the mastermind is because I don't want to promote a product or service that I don't believe in. I trust Ed. He's a good friend, and he said you're one of the smartest people he's ever met. So that definitely doesn't weigh lightly in my books. I like to kind of promote good things, and then I would be like, yeah, guys, if you're interested in joining him, here's how you can contact him, etc. This is all about like community and collaboration, etc. And then you can kind of have the floor. But again, I don't want my mastermind members to feel like we're really pitching them or like we're doing like a hard sales. But I do want to allow you guys to be able to further in contact if people are interested in your product or service.
Yeah, I'm all about that. I don't do sales pitches anymore, Brittany, because I used to train sales professional training when I first started my career, and I find sales to be laborious and bullshit, if I can be blunt. Our architect invitation is not about a sales pitch. It's about an invitation. If you're interested and your heart says yes, you jump, or you don't. I'm okay with both. I'm not going to force you. I'm not going to try to upsell you value, OTO you. Just not into that gig. There's just too many people on the planet, and I know exactly what I'm looking for. So that, I rest assured, you and I are going to align very well, because I don't allow people in the architect who come in hustling, because I can dismantle people pretty quickly. I'm a psychological profiler, so that shit doesn't work for me either. So
I
we're
love
good.
that. Me too.
Yeah, I'll dismantle someone very quickly, politely, but quickly. And I'm in my 4th year of shamanic training. So if nothing else, I'll throw grandmother at them and let them go down the rabbit hole.
Love it.
Yeah, ours is more heart-centered. It will ping them hard enough. They'll feel it if they're ready to hear the invitation. I speak in multiple languages as far as how I speak, so it'll hit their heart if they're ready. If not, then they'll take the value and they can do what they want with it. I don't care. Moreover, for me, if I'm about my architects, so I trust Soto implicitly. If he says that your group is something that the architects should be a part of, then he would actually be my front guy. So what would probably happen with your agreement would be, I'd come on, I'll do it. You and I can come up with a topic of conversation, or you can liaison through Soto. It's just fine with me. We'll give a value. We'll talk for however long you want me to talk. You want me to talk for 2 minutes? I can talk for 2. If you want me to talk for 2 hours, I can talk for 2 hours. I've got that covered for you. You just tell me what the 3 structures that you're looking for from them that's in alignment with your thing, and I'll make architects spin around it, because we have a whole branding division. I've got more corporate clients than you can shake a stick at. We've done over 1,000 companies. We understand corporate culture. So if that's where you're headed, we can go that way about being true to your message and really bending behind you, so that we're supporting your message in your group, and they're getting the value for being a part of your mastermind. If they want to come over and do the jump, then they would go through Soto's affiliate link, because he's the lead architect on this. He brought it to the equation, and I'm all about cooperation. So it would go through him. So either I could say, hey, there's a way you can be in touch with us. If you want to go through the jump and learn more about it, you can. It's a very low point of entry. It's $47 whole bucks, and you get over 15 hours of training delivered right to your email box. And
How much is that?
47.
Okay.
And then if you want to go to the super jump, then you can come to the super jump process, and the super jump is $397. And then that's taught with me live, and you get a call with Soto and all his fellow chief architects. They're all graduates. They're all licensed to have reflection calls with people, and they really drill down to what their issue is, whether it's on their brand, whether it's on their message, it's their personal relationship, or even it's their purpose, so they can truly understand where the hiccups are at both the conscious, subconscious, emotional structure, and then reprogram it. They'll give them the tools, at least on that topic, how they can change their life. So something like that, where we get the end, we can do this conversation, we can do a value, we can do interview style or talking head style. And at the end, if you throw the softball at me, I'll see that's great. And I'll throw it to Soto, and Soto knows exactly how to present architect. He knows exactly how to make the invitation. And then he say, hey, look, you can just use my link right here, contact, we'll walk you through it, and something like that. Does that work for you, Soto?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. And then does that work for you, Miss Brittany?
Cool. Yeah.
Okay. Now you said Wednesdays, if I heard you correctly. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. That actually might work well for 2 reasons, subject to your schedule. Are you looking to do this like PDQ, or are we looking this 30, 60, 90 days out from now?
Well, I'm doing a call on the 19th.
19th would be.
Maybe like the 3rd, 10th, or 17th of July.
Perfect. So if it's not the 19th, I leave the 20th. I'll be in Peru for 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, let's do it when you get back from Peru.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, that was gonna ask. If it's right away, I can do it this 19th because that time slot is opened up for me. I just graduated another class, so that time slot opened up for me personally. And the last class that I've trained all the way through graduates in a couple of months. And then Soto and his fellow architects are all training the architects now.
Awesome, cool.
If you want to, you said the 3rd. What was the other day?
Just any Wednesday in July.
Any Wednesday in July. All right.
3rd, 10th, 17th, 24th, or 31st.
Okay. You know what? 10th. Can't do it the 10th. I'll come back. We could probably do it the 17th if that works. In a worst case scenario, we could do it the 24th.
Sure. Yeah, we can do the 24th if that works better for you.
It's an either or for me. Whatever you say, ma'am. I can go either way. The 17th, unless I'm going to Australia that day, I should be the 18th. I can double check that and confirm. But why don't we do this? Let's pencil the 17th, 24th. I'll confirm within 48 hours, one of the two.
Perfect.
And then how do you do your calls? Is it just a phone call? Zoom? A Zoom?
Yeah, so I'll give you the Zoom link, and then what I'll do is I'll kind of intro it. And then if you want to do about an hour, or like maybe check in with them at an hour and ask them if you want to go longer, they'll usually say yes. I just know kind of the sweet spot for retention is like an hour, maybe go an hour and 15 minutes, then half an hour of question and answer, or maybe some one-on-one work. Actually, my group, we had Legacy come on last time. I don't know if you know him, but he did so. Ed, you were there when Legacy came on.
Yeah, I was on.
Yeah, that was so powerful. We had I think 5 people in tears, and it was just super powerful. Some people opened up. Somebody lost their dad, and they were looking how to overcome that. Another girl was struggling with confidence. So maybe we could do maybe an hour of educational based stuff, and then maybe half an hour working with people one-on-one if you're interested.
Yeah, as Soto will probably tell you, I'm notorious for what's called a heart ping in our language.
Mm-hmm.
And they're rarely, it's not just 5, it's usually all of them. I get them all.
I love that. Yes, that's my goal. I message Legacy. I'm like, make them all cry. Let emotions just move people. And so I love getting super deep and doing that.
Yeah, we have a hashtag that's it's actually started just kind of off the cuff. It was actually from our production company, but then it's moved over, and all the architects use it because when you said an hour, I don't know if you can see my face. I started kind of chuckling because I looked at Soto. I'm like, she doesn't know me very well, does she? Because after an hour, I'll have them mind foxed into another world. They'll be.
I can 100% attest to that. And this is so he puts, just to give you an overview, Brittany, the first call that I ever had on a Zoom meeting that was a live call, it was just, I jumped on and I'm like, I came in, but I'm going to ask a question. And I knew if I was asking a question, the rabbit hole is open. We're going to jam and he's going to get deep. On that first call, I realized that everything that I didn't want to be about my father, I had become. Yeah. And it was a subconscious, it just kind of
so you're totally breaking out.
Call of, I don't know. Sorry. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now, yeah. But I missed the whole part.
Okay. Well, yeah, just to put it, 20, 30 people, by the time he's done talking, there's gonna be something that is going to be said in that call that is gonna get right here deep down to the root.
Perfect. That's exactly what we want.
Right? Yeah. So after the call that we had the other day, I'm like, I just saw a lot of people kind of with a little bit of struggling. They open up, but that's the environment that we're at all the time. It's a safe environment that you get to be vulnerable, and we're all here for each other, right? Yeah. You can cry, you can laugh, you can be angry, you can whatever it is, right? You're in a safe space, and that's what we've created, or kind of what you've created Mr. Fox over here has created, and the whole vision too is to get to the million. And like just the things that happen in between this family is amazing because it's safe and you can ask the appropriate questions and things come up, like even on this trip, like from mother, father, and we call them moments of grace, right?
Yeah.
So something that every single person on that call is going to feel.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
By the way, turn to my video. I want to keep it a little bit more professional in my cat onesie, but just bear with me. Ed knows I live in my onesies.
We're in a shirt, no big deal. And it helps you, Brittany, because I know you don't know me. You're taking on Soto's word. I'll send you my EPK so you can actually see the background on who I am. That helps you position it better. And you can also use that for whatever you want to do for your promotion of that. I'll give you an idea. I used to do online events, not unlike you're doing with your mastermind. My record is 7 hours straight.
Oh my gosh. Well, you can go as long as you want. I mean,
no.
Totally
I won't go that long, but
people,
my point being, after 30 years of being on it, there isn't anything much I can't talk about, but I always really try to at least touch 4 or 5. If there's a big group, I don't know how many people in your group. I don't know, is it 30, 50, 100? Where are we at?
well, so far we have almost 90 people in our mastermind. We started like 3 weeks ago, so by the time you come on, there's probably going to be more people. However, it is monthly, so I don't know. Some people are going to drop off because we started 3 weeks ago. So yeah, but
congratulations!
I'm so blessed. Thank you. I was actually blown away with the numbers. I think that I just full transparency. I work really hard. I know what I'm talking about. I'm probably one of the best at what I do. And so when I opened up this opportunity, everyone jumped on it. And I'm like, I was so humbled by just the response that we got. And it's just growing every single day. We have new members signing up. So I'm actually at a point right now where I'm trying to scale very quickly. So it's an interesting business. I was talking to my mentor yesterday, Mark Sisson. I don't know if you know him, but we just actually divided the offers. So now we're going to have the lower tier and then the higher tier. Because we're just expanding way too quickly. But my point is, so I don't know what the numbers are going to be in a month. It'll probably be more. But the other thing I was thinking of doing is opening it up to everybody. I'm very intuitive like you. I have an old soul. I've been doing this work since I was 20 years old as the youngest person in PSI doing like... Oh, do you know PSI?
I know PSI. I know
okay,
that.
So I've done everything in PSI up to Principia. And I started when I was really young, so I totally feel you, and that's totally the type of experience that I want to create. And I don't really trust people very easily. I've just been around for a long time, but I really get a good feeling about you, and I know that Ed wouldn't talk like that unless you were the real deal. So the other thing I'm thinking of doing is opening it up. I get usually I haven't opened it up. Like the stuff that I do on my Instagram is mostly how to grow your social media, how to market, VSLs, ethical persuasion copy, sales and marketing, Instagram growth hacks, all that stuff, new algorithm. Maybe what we could do is I'd like to try and open this up to everybody. Let me think about it. Let me see what I can do if I'm just going to keep it to my mastermind members or open up. Last time on the mastermind, we had about 50 people show up and then everyone else watched the replay. And then we did one within 24 hours. Well, I did one within 3 hours. So I woke up and at 11 a.m. or 4 hours, at 11 a.m. I'm like, hey guys, we're going to do a call today in 4 hours. Who wants to jump on? And we had about 20-ish people show up to that one. But again, that one was within 4 hours. So I'm guessing, there'll probably be about, let me figure out the numbers, because if I open it up to the public, there'll definitely be more. But let me see what I can figure out. But if I open it up to the public, I don't know if I want it to be as like, if there's like the pitch. Let me figure it out.
Or you could do a 1-step, 2-step.
Pardon me?
You could do a 1-step, 2-step, right? Do the do-si-do. So you could open up to the public. We could talk for a little bit, and that leads them into, here's why you want to be a part of her mastermind. And if you come to the mastermind, then I'm going to come back, and then you're going to get the next level.
Oh.
So there's a value for the people that are in there that is deep, where we're going to take them all the way down. #MindFox. On the front end, we're just going to ask what we call the big three questions, which pretty much knock your knees out from under you because they hurt, but they hurt in a way to wake you up like wide awake. You know, I don't care about your brand. I don't care how many followers you have. I don't care how many cars you have. Okay, I got more money than most people, and I got to tell you, don't mean shit, right? So you ask some really nasty questions with a smile, and you wait. And you say, guys, now when you're done with that, and now you're really clear about what this is saying versus what this is saying, now we're going to move you over to her mastermind. We're going to jump you over, and we can use Jumpstart as the bridge and say, hey, if you come to the Jumpstart, we'll give you a discount because you came with Miss Brittany. If you don't, then you can pay our retail. Yada, yada, yada. That way we can pay you an affiliate fee for it so that I don't like bastardizing people's audiences any more than I like it done to me. So I can make sure it runs through Soto because he's the one that's lead on this and I take care of all my architects. They participate with me on every level of finances and they should because they paid the price and they paid a very large number to go through their training.
How much is your training?
To be on a council member, it's $24,000 and 42 weeks of your life.
Awesome.
Right? If you go through the jump, you can go in stages. You can go the jump, which is the basic pre-lead, which is 47, which is the VOD. If you go to the super jump, it's 397. Then you get invited to the pre-architects. That's a 14-week sequence that we really, it's for the first 4 modules of our training. And we're watching you as much as you're watching us because I want to see if you're going to make it. We do several things in the background to know whether you're going to make it. If not, then you've got what you need from the value and you're going to be able to pretty much navigate about 80% of your life than what is out there, not just the isms and the rah-rah shit and all the stuff that people say, but it's an actual process, right? It's clinical, applicational, experiential. So it's based on science and, if you want to call it spiritual, as the match. From there, you can get invited to the AITs, which is the Architect and Training Program, which is what Soto's a graduate of. And that is a very narrow field, and that's the million we're talking about. We'll train 10 million at the front end, but they're only going to train 1 million in the back. Yeah. At that level, you graduate. You're a fully graduated architect. We help you develop your own brand. You get licensed to all of my IP. All of my stuff is registered trademarks all the way through from top to bottom. You get all of our infrastructure. The company pays for your back end. We build a brand around you. You are the architect, and you become that front end, and whatever your heart's desire and that passion is. And Soto obviously is very, very good at social marketing. He's very, very good at public speaking. He's also multilingual. So there's some things that we've been working together in the background to open up other markets that he would be that particular lead. Obviously, you're an extension of that. Mm-hmm. And then you go through that. From there, once you graduate, then you get invited to Architecting 360, which is where Mr. Soto is at. You're now participating with the company. The company is making decisions with you. You're sitting at the board level. And then from there, you get invited to Architects Circle.
Awesome. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah. I mean, I like to be fully transparent. Where I'm at is I haven't ever, if I've opened it up to the public, I've always just kind of pitched my mastermind.
Sure, why not?
And that one we get about, again, I'm very like I'm open book because I just don't like to over promise and under deliver. I like to under promise and over deliver. So I've opened it up before. We got about 200 leads. I just promoted on my Instagram for a week, but that was marketing. So I don't know how like you're ready to have your world rocked, reframe your mindset. This is going to be so powerful for you. It's free. That's how I'm thinking of positioning it. And then maybe we could do like a joint offer, or we just kind of pitch yours and do commission.
Well, like I said, why don't we do a 1-step, 2-step, right? Where you say,
and that
for
way,
example, go ahead, Soto.
That would be good, like, because you're very focused on the marketing side and on the mindset side, right? So the mindset side is where kind of Trav would come in and even like have an addition to like something in there.
Keep cutting out. We can't hear
Like,
you. I can't
like
hear
if
you.
Okay. I won't say anything.
No. Tell us. It's just
No. Go ahead. I'm just saying that he can come into the mindset part of the mastermind.
I think what Soto's saying, if I may be so bold, Senor, is that he's saying, why don't we do a 1-step do-si-do, right? So if you want to open up your mastermind, this is your first one. Congratulations, by the way. I remember my first one. Probably before you were on the planet.
We're crazy.
How old I am. But what he's saying is something along the lines of, you're good at the marketing, so get the people in the door, right? We'll get them in there. You'll start off, and then you can say, hey, this is one of the reasons I wanted to introduce you to what we're going to talk to you about later today, which is, jumpstarting your life, your heart, and your brand, and being a part of my mastermind. I'll come in, I'll mind fox them, and take them down the rabbit hole. And then we can
Big time. Big time.
Yeah, and we'll ask some nasty questions and we'll twist them, and then we'll do some one-to-one too, because I can dismantle people in about 3 minutes. I'm just gonna go about it. And then we can say, hey, look, now part of the reason why we did this is because we had such a success with the first one, yours, that we're gonna do a second one. But I wanted you to see just some of the value of the people that are in the mastermind. And so here's the deal. You can come today to my mastermind. I don't know what your price point is, so whatever it is, we'll just bury the jump inside it and say, okay, you get to come to Travis's jump. You get to get me with all the architects. They're going to support you because each one person who comes to super jump gets an hour call with one of my architects. So they're one-to-one in real time. Then you're going to come into your your mastermind. And then Travis is going to come back 5 months from now, whatever your mastermind is. And then we'll do another one. So that just gives them kind of a snapshot of this is why we do this cooperation theory. And this is how we work at our mastermind. No different than it sounds like you do with yours. I think that's where you're kind of headed. Is that about right, Soto?
Yeah. I like that. And then I'd pitch it, I'd open it up to the public.
Thank you for vocalizing.
I love that. We'll open it up to the public and then we'll pitch. So my mastermind members are going to be like, why are you pitching me? So I'll tell my mastermind members, guys, this is open up for the public. It's going to be so powerful. You guys, please be there. You do not want to miss this. It is a bonus for the mastermind members.
Well, I think for your bonus masterminds, you could go double tip on that too and say, look, this is going to be open to the public, but I want you to meet this guy. Part of your ongoing mastermind. He's going to come back and do one just for the mastermind people that's separate from this one. And so why don't you bring all the people that you thought may come to the mastermind that couldn't get into this one, bring them in here, let us do the work. You and I and Soto do the work. They come into the mastermind, and then I'll come back at an arranged date, and then that just kind of makes part of our deal between you and I and Soto.
Yeah. Let's do that.
Do it again. And then Soto's going to be in your mastermind already, so he's going to be an architect anyway. So he's going to be lead. So once I step out, he's lead architect. So they'll all either call him or he'll have to call in all his other fellow architects to support it, but we'll do that.
Yeah, and I've already jammed with like two of the girls, and I got off the plane and I talked to one of the girls, and I've kind of jammed with a few of the masterminds. And
how great are the people in our mastermind?
I absolutely love them. And it's so, like I say, it's such a safe, amazing environment that it was. And they had I was actually telling Trav, I'm like, they had some great things to say about me because of the skills that I've learned from this man. Right. So it just like, sometimes, like I said the other day, I'm like, sometimes you don't realize the skills that you have until you actually put them in practice. And then once they become
that's where that came from. Okay, now I see it. Now, I was like, where? I'm like, Soto, I just saw you last week. I mean, what happened in a week? Now I get it. All right, so that brings clarity to me. I'm like, well, yeah, brother, you've been at this for almost 18 months. You're a badass operator. I trust you.
I know. I just,
But no, I appreciate the compliment. That's super great, man. Thank you. I'm grateful.
Yeah.
You did the work, brother. You just held the space.
Yeah, and I think that's it. I think that it's, we all have these skills inside of us, but we need that confidence, which is being built while even talking to people and seeing that you can impact and change their life, to be able to really bring it out in us, to own it. And I think that, so my kind of forte, Travis, we haven't had the pleasure of knowing each other for a long time, but my forte is helping coaches become really powerful, impactful coaches. And so I see this a lot with people when they're first starting, is the biggest thing is they need the confidence. Sorry, my video keeps going in and out. I hit it with my hand, but they need that confidence to be able to show up powerfully for people so that they can really expel things out of them, help move them, and help inspire and educate them. So I think that's really cool that that's the process that you're on, because every time you talk to somebody and they're like, you impacted my life. Thank you. I learned this. You changed this. I reframed. It just starts building your confidence to where you're at a point where you're just like, I will rock your world. Like, because of all the different people, because of all the different times people have given you a positive testimonial, you get to a point where you're just like rock solid and you just like crush it. And I love it. And that's what I see in you, Travis, which is very rare because not a lot of people can really own that, but just based on experience. You talk to somebody that has experience and somebody that's just starting out, it's a very different energy. And that's super cool, Ed, because you're on your path, and that's my favorite thing to do is watch people become powerful coaches. And that's what the group is kind of. We have a lot of coaches in the group. We have a lot of like heart-centered people. I'd say about 60% of the people in there are coaches or want to become coaches. And then 40% are entrepreneurs or business owners that just like want to grow their brand. So it's actually really interesting. We kind of started off as just marketing and branding, and then now we're doing more heart-centered mindset stuff, because I do a lot of that stuff one-on-one. That's kind of my superpower, is helping shift people one-on-one and really getting down to their unconscious blockages and reframing their thought patterns to become healthier, more successful, happier, more confident, more passionate, more empowered. But I hadn't done it on a group coaching level. I didn't think it would be as powerful. But what was really interesting is to see how powerful the community was to be able to build on top of the powerful one-on-one coaching stuff. So we're definitely going down that direction as well. We're making it more of a best of both worlds mastermind. So it's exciting. It's cool. It's new. It's awesome. But yeah, so
yeah, let me ask you
a little history about the mastermind so you can kind of come in and get a better idea on what's going on. But yeah, let's do that. We'll have one that's kind of open to the public. Maybe I think all three of us can kind of jump on, and maybe what we'll do, similar to what happened with Legacy, is I kind of led it, and then we all me and him kind of jumped on. People would speak, they'd speak their truth. I'd be like, where do you guys need areas of help? Where are you struggling? And then I kind of gave my opinion, and then Legacy kind of gave his opinion as well. And then we just got really deep. And I kind of tried to let him have a little bit more of the spotlight. But yeah, so that's kind of what we did last time, and it was super powerful. And it just, people need this work. Like, people just, like, the messages that I get, I'll send you like my testimonial tab from the mastermind, and just the testimonials of people being like, my life has changed. I learned so much. Like, it's only been one day, and like, I love this family. And like, we're really like creating more of a family. It's more of a movement. Our slogan is, it's more than just a mastermind. It's a movement. Will you join us? And people are just becoming so heavily emotionally invested in such a short amount of time. And so, yeah, I just want to grow this. I want to offer people support for mental health. I want to offer people confidence building, because I mean, let's get real. That's the biggest thing that they really need. Chocolate covered kale, they think they need all this stuff. They really just need to believe in themselves and work their ass off. But yeah, so I want to grow this. I want to help people. I want to change lives. And yeah, that's what we're doing. So it's a lot of fun. And so I think that we can do some super cool stuff together. And I'm really open for collaborations. So, I mean, if this does work, and it can be a win-win for all of us, I mean, obviously the more you get to know people, the more likely you are to convert them. So yeah, if you want to do this more than once, I mean, as long as it's helping people and you're getting value from it as well. I mean, I'd promo you on my Instagram, too. Then, I mean, I'm open. Like, I'm very flow with, so things that work and things that impact people. And, my heart is in it to change lives. And as long as I'm doing that, I mean, I'm open to other stuff as well. So who knows, maybe this could be the beginning of future endeavors, and yeah, we'll see where it goes.
Yeah. Quick question. What's your psych background?
My psych?
Mm-hmm.
I have a degree in finance. A lot of my electives were psychology. I mean, I've been doing this work since I was 20 years old. I kind of
you look like you're all of 24, with all due respect.
Oh, I'm 29.
20 whole 9? 20 whole 9. I'm like, my daughter's older than you, but I love that. That's great.
My cat wants you, so it ages me.
20 whole 9. That's awesome. Honey, I'm 2 decades ahead of you, but that's awesome. I love that you're in that space. Great.
Yeah, well, people need it, right? Like, we've been blessed with this consciousness movement, and so many people are struggling. And I think that social media has really fucked up a lot of people, where we now have haters behind a computer screen. Society's bleeding with insecurities because we're just never good enough. We're always programmed based on social media. Like, who does not wake up and check social media? Like, social media has brainwashed us that we are not good enough unless we are a highlight reel. And I think it's a massive epidemic. I think most people don't really consciously understand how much it's affecting all of us. And I'm not against social media. I'm a social media advocate, but at the same time, let's let's help heal people. Let's understand what's
Whoa, Brittany, right, take a breath. Hold on. What if I saved you a lot of time? You're like going stream of consciousness there. Take a breath, kid. But you're wearing me out. I gotta slow down a little bit.
Oh man, this is nothing. You should see me on the cold calls. I'm like, without caffeine, no stimulants, I don't even drink.
I get it. I was 29 once too. Yeah, what if I told you they'll never consciously understand it? It's not anatomically possible. It's clinically, viably impossible.
Some people will. I agree with you. Most people won't, but that's why we need to do this work.
No, it's clinically impossible.
Subconsciously.
The subconscious, they'll understand it, but consciously it's not possible. So I can help. What might be a benefit to you is I'm listening to how you talk and your phraseology. I think you've got a great front-end motivator. You're a kick-ass motivational speaker. I've met people just like you before. You got infectious energy. You got a great smile. You know how to motivate people. Confidence, by the way, is an illusion. We'll talk about that at another time.
Oh, it's totally an illusion. It's not even real. It's your perspective. Not real.
Okay. Yep. I'll go for that. Sure. I think what we could be as a support to you is we're an actual training system. Think of us more as the university level where we're actually going to train you, right? You actually know how to do this stuff. It's not just a coach. I will tell you point blank. I'm weary of coaches because most of them don't know what the fuck they're doing and they actually hurt me. Right?
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. I think that like, as long as your heart's in the right place, I think that.
But you're making the illusion that they know that their heart's in the right place. It's a big jump, right?
Yeah.
Now you're 29. When I was 29 and I was Dr. Fox and I had my 2 PhDs and I thought I was all that in a bag of chips, my heart was in the right place. But it really wasn't because my head was telling me something different because that's what the institutionals were programmed to be. I'm not saying coaches are bad. Don't misinterpret. You and I are much more aligned than you think we are. What I'm saying is people just say I'm a coach, right? For example, I've seen people that have coached Little League Baseball and they have the title of coach who have screwed up more kids that have talent because of how they've coached, right? Where I think that you can teach them the structure of coaching and your marketing capability is phenomenal. I mean, you're phenomenal. That's unparalleled. Right. And I know Soto is really big in that space. So he says it. I think what we could do is be a bolt-on for you when people are really ready to go from just coaching, but to be what you're looking for them to be, which is true, conscious, way beyond just, hey, put some social media bullshit out in a brand and just charge people a bunch of money and think that you're doing something because they're lost and they're fucked up and you're just a little more fucked up than they are and you know it and you're bleeding them, but they really want to become real. We can take them that next level and it's a stutter step, right? So we can actually give them that more university level. Because look, I'll be candid with you. I'm not looking to train the whole world. I know exactly what my mission is. I'm super crystal clear on it. And I'm not interested in the whole group. I'm interested in 1 million. That's it. I know the number. I've known the dream. I've been chasing it for a long time. I know exactly where it came from. And so I think that would be a good, beautiful bolt-on because you're really good on the front end, but I'm the guy that asks 3 questions and then I sit there and I wait until they just lock up and they will every single time. You know, no different. But if we start playing from the conscious perspective, I think if we dismantle that quickly, we unlock the subconscious, which is not difficult to do. Then we're going to pop them at the emotional level. Emotional is not heart. Right? That's one level above heart. And that's where most of our troubles really are structurally problematic. And if we walk them to that space, they're going to jump in your mastermind so fast they're not going to know what to do themselves. They're not even know why. It's called emotional compulsion. But if you create it automatically.
Transfer of emotion.
No, it's not transferred emotions. I'm not transferring emotions. I can't do that. I'm not that powerful. Right?
It's the feeling of transferred emotions. You know, people buy because they get excited about it because they're invested emotionally. E-com right. is more an impulse buy, whereas this space is more of like an emotional buy.
Sure. I get that. Okay. Yeah. All right. Like I said, I think it'd be a good 1-step, 2-step. I'm open to it. I think it'd be a lot of fun. I'm all about the rabbit hole. I'm not a motivational speaker anymore. I did that for 15 years. I'm more about really teaching. I'm more of a teacher and a guide, which is where I'm at. I think you're a fantastic motivational speaker. Far better than I ever want to be. Not where I
don't do a lot of motivational speaking. It's crazy. All the speaking gigs that I get are all like hardcore marketing brand. But
yeah, well, then you definitely got me waxed on that because my invitation is really simple. It's just, are you ready? And if they say yes, great. If they say no, great. I'm okay with both. It doesn't affect me one way or the other. I'm like, when you're ready, you're ready. Right? No different than Soto said. When you're ready, you're ready. But I think from your perspective, you have a much broader vision than I do. And I think that's a really beautiful 1-step, 2-step, right? Where I can come and support those people that need the coaching part that you're going to give them. And then if they really, really want to go to that next level where they truly are conscious teachers and guides, I think I can support you and give you the structure that you may have have already. And that's a really powerful thing for me because now I'm in line with myself. I don't want to do the motivational stuff anymore. I'm just not good at it. I can't keep up with you guys. You guys are far better than I am. I'm like, just give me a surfboard and a cup of coffee. I'm good. I'll see you when you're ready. That kind of stuff.
I love that.
Yeah, if that works for you. And I think what would be a really cool, fun way is to do it from that public perspective. We do the 1-step, 2-step, because your front end is going to be dynamic. There's no doubt about it. So I'll off tempo them coming off of you. I'll slow it down and go a different direction. Not slow as in lethargic, because I don't like that either. But slow them down and go a different direction. Come around the back door, pop them in the emotion, ask some really nasty questions, open that up. Let's look at that, and then so we can jump in because obviously he's got
this is the stuff
he's got the skill.
For.
Yeah, and then we could say, okay, if you guys are really serious about your coaching, your message, and truly going to move heart forward and not just head forward, then here's what Brittany and I have teamed up to do. She's going to do this mastermind. If you go to the mastermind, I'll show up once in a while and we're going to go down that rabbit hole. You can get into the jump. And the jump will be part of the mastermind. So it's a 1-step, 2-step. So we can pre-frame them. So by the time they hit your mastermind or concurrently, they're down the road. And so now we're really training people that are going to move to the conscious movement, not just coaches, right? Because coaches is great. Everybody wants to be a coach. Who gives a shit? But conscious movement, well, that's different. All right? That requires a passion that goes beyond economic. That goes, hey, look at my Instagram follower, and gee, I was hanging out with Jay-Z today. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
What are you really interested in? Are you willing to die? Are you really willing to die for
right?
it? And most people aren't. You are. I am.
Oh yeah,
Soto
I'm
is.
willing to die for this movement. Like I literally eat, breathe, sleep. Like I don't have a life. Like Ed knows me. Like I'm like
when she's that's when she's in Calgary, she stays in the onesie. That's
Stay in the onesie. I love it.
I like it's her like onesie logo. You should make a logo out of the onesie.
Yeah,
I love it. I absolutely. It's badass.
Oh yeah,
I'd come to the onesie party. Fuck yeah, I'd be.
I feel like we should do. We're gonna do an in-person meetup for our mastermind too, and I feel like maybe it should be a onesie party.
We should totally do it.
And that's the cool thing as well. Like maybe
take the formality out of it.
I'm all about collaborations. Like I think one of the most powerful things about my in the most humble way possible, I think one of my greatest assets is my network. I think that it is definitely, so I'm very big on
or AT&T or Sprint or who's your network? No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, it's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. Most of the speakers on like the Thrive stages, Driven, all the people that host the events, like all the public speakers, coaches, super successful entrepreneurs, etc. So that's definitely my superpower. So I'm just all about creating good collaborations, and I'm an ideas person. I'm a visionary. So I'm like, maybe even in future, I'm going to be doing a in-person event. And then, maybe there's an opportunity for a collaboration there too. So,
we do summits twice a year where we graduate the classes. I bring in outside speakers, like the one we're getting ready to do for February. The one we just did was where Soto was at.
It's 1:00.
Hello.
That's your computer. I was always wondering whose computer is.
It's but we'll do one in February. That one will be in Vegas. We're doing a mini summit, but we bring outside speakers that have not only like yourself, but are very talented, have other networks, but also can bring value that's adjunct, right? Just like you, super protective of the brand, because as you eloquently said, there's a lot of people out there that are just doing this on social media. I'm like you. You and I are old souls align there, because I look at the social media half the time and I just kind of chuckle. I go, okay, did you read that in a book or did that today in a Coke can? Where'd you get that from, right?
Yeah.
And that's okay. They're doing what they're doing. They are where they are in their journey. But for the people, the trying is a good word. The people who are really into the message being bigger than themselves and truly generational, like myself, you, Soto, the rest of the architects, your entire group, that's the type of people we'll align with, and we'll bring them into the summit and say, hey, now Brittany's going to come talk to you about how you take your architecting brand to blank, because she's a marketing master. This is what she does. This is what she's great at, and she's going to motivate, just mind fuck you. So let's go.
Yeah.
So we have no problem cross collaborating, because, like, for example, I'm bringing in. I don't know if you know. Do you know the tattoo ceremony called the Sakyant from Thailand?
Okay, I'm not familiar with it.
It's the old way where the master actually sits there and does it by hand.
Oh wow!
It's an act, and it's done with bamboo. It's been around for centuries. And so I just had the master do mine. I just went through a ceremony with him. I'm bringing him over to the graduation in February for all the classes that are graduating. If they want a tattoo, great. If they don't, but nonetheless, you get to watch the ceremony. And the ceremony in of itself walks through that everything has a meaning if you want it to, or you can stay asleep. And I think you're an adjunct to that, and a beautiful way of going, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Because that's what we're always doing, going, wake up. You're putting yourself asleep. No one's doing it to you. You're doing it to yourself. You got to own that first, right? And I think you have a beautiful way to do that, because if anything, I'll tell you, my weakness and my strength is I can take people so far down the rabbit hole, their mind blows, and they either run away from me, or they're magnetically drawn. There's no middle ground with me, right? I don't fuck around, the rabbit hole or not.
100%.
You have yeah, I think so. Yeah. And I love people, but I also realize that some people aren't ready to hear that message. And I think you're a beautiful bridge for me on the other side to go, hey, you know what? Brittany's going to mind fuck you a little bit over here. When you're done with that and you're ready, then she and I are going to do this with this, right? And if you're not, then she's going to keep you here until you understand what your coaching's about, what your message is, and how to take that to the world. And until you understand that, you probably don't want to hang out with me. Soto's going to be far kinder than I am, because I'll just ask 3-4 questions and just kind of stare at you and go, are you done?
Okay.
Okay. Okay, when you're ready, I'll be here. I'll be on the surfboard out there. So I think that's a beautiful jump. So I definitely see how the things are. I know the guys from Thrive True. I know Cole, I know Mark, I know all those guys, and I know where they're going with it. And I just think I like your energy a lot, actually, and I'm real big about that. And when Soto, like you, I think you and I have the same mutual response here, and that is, we wouldn't be on the call if it wasn't for Soto.
Yeah.
Yeah. People call all the time and say, you want to speak? I'm like, nah, not really. I'm good. I got other shit to do. I'm building Arkansas. I love where you're going. I'm grateful for the invitation. As I promised, I will give you an answer in probably 48 hours, but I'll give it to you guaranteed within 40 hours of what the day is. And then I'd like, if I may be so bold, you two are the better marketers than I am. Both of you are. Soto's a fantastic marketer, and I ask him questions, so I don't claim to be a marketing guru, right? I'm a brand and culture guy. Maybe then what we talk about is a combined package from the front end to the back end. So something like where they come to the jump, we pre-frame them to help pop them back into her mastermind. We come back around the backside. We do a different one that's exclusive just for the mastermind. And then when she gets them there and she says, okay, now you're ready to do blank, whether your brand to go out, you're ready to expand, maybe we pop them back in and they do maybe a PA or something along those lines, and they give them more of a structure of how to do the university side. I don't mean university traditional, university architect side. And then you have a 1-step, 2-step, 3-step.
Mm-hmm. So that you understand PA is pre-architect, so that you understand is like, it's just another step of like going a little bit further, but down the rabbit hole.
Yeah. No, I love that. And I think that it's a good opportunity, because right now our mastermind is between $99 and $199 a month. So it's more entry-level offer. So once we really get that running and like streamline, which I'm like working till 3 a.m. every single night, getting everything streamlined, the back end stuff, then we're obviously going to have like an upsell. But right now I just want to create the best possible experience for people in the mastermind. So that's my main focus. So there's definitely an upsell potential. And then, I think what we just have to figure out is like numbers. So maybe if you want to just send me like a draft for that. And then, maybe what we can do, Ed, is we can both promote it. All three of us can promote it, and then figure out how we can, I'll promote to my mastermind. I'll promote to my, my just as well. I'll promo it like a week in advance. I find that works really well. And then, we'll just try and get as many people on there as possible. And then we will do a combined joint venture. And then, we'll go from there.
Yeah, that's perfect. I mean, I'm just shy of 100,000, so I'm catching up to you wizards on how that is going to go.
Don't worry.
It's going to help.
And we'll get you there.
Soto's going to do some,
next week.
Soto's going to do some magic that I'm like, that's beyond my pay grade. I don't, whatever. Fine, boss.
That's wonderful.
I know my lane. I'm good at this. This is what I'm great at. Beyond that, I'm dumb as a brick. And but between the four of us, I think we all have somewhere about 400,000 contacts. Plus, I have several in the background that I have my own list, about 30,000 emails. So we'll put it out there. I'll gladly promote it for you. I have no problem with it. Sure.
If you guys want as well, if you guys want to do email lists, I have an email list as well that I can blow it out to. And then maybe what we'll do is maybe we could make this like, we could really, really like, maybe our target could be trying to get like 200 people on the call. And then we can just create like an amazing badass structure, and let's just like, excuse my French, but mind fuck people. Like I talk about marketing and branding, but the extent that I go, so deep with people, insane. Like shift people and just reframe things and like really figure out what is the root of the bullshit they're telling themselves. Like I'm really known for on my one-on-one stuff to like call people out on their shit and be like, you know, where do the excuses lie? Where do the insecurity lies? Like what's actually holding you back, and going super, super, super deep. And then at the end, giving them so much love. So kind of, you know, you break them down and then build them back up. But that's kind of the process that I do with the one-on-one calls too. So, I mean, yeah, if we go down that rabbit hole, then maybe what we can all do is all kind of chime in. And obviously each person resides differently just from an energy perspective. So yeah, we could all kind of jump in when we need to, and then maybe a couple of us can go on the same person. Like we could do some really good magic, but it's just this concept, not a lot of people are doing right now. Like a lot of people are doing Zoom webinars, but not a lot of people are mind fucking people on Zoom calls, and we need this. Like we need this work. We need to bring all the personal development behind the scenes where they give you a journal and tell you to journal your life purpose in the forest with bears, and then you cry. Like, that kind of, we need to bring that online and be like, guys, like this work will change your life, and this is what we do, and just give them that opportunity. So I think it's important.
Another thing that I'd like to add here that I think Trav would agree, if we are having 100, 200 people, if you're okay with it, Brittany, I would like to bring like 1 or 2 other of the AITs that are graduated. Cause like you say, like we reside with like different people reside with like other people. So just having 2 or 3 architects in there to like just even ask several questions, if you're okay with that, I would love that. And I'm sure that Trav would be.
What do you mean
just
ask
to have
questions?
Well, no, like, so there's a few of us architects that have graduated, right? So that's what I'm saying. Like when we're going down deep down the rabbit hole, right? Just which is Travis is good at, just having 1 or 2 people extra there that have been trained by Trav over here to be on the call, just kind of bounce questions once we're going down to the deeper subconscious level. I don't know if.
Can I be honest with you?
I'll save you a lot of time. My answer, I know where you're going, Soto, and I love where your heart is, brother. I think on this one, it would overwhelm people and it would confuse the brand. I don't confuse the brand yet. This is her gig. We're the guest in her. If it was our house, then
absolutely.
we'll bring absolutely on. But I mean, obviously I can reflect. You can clearly reflect. She clearly knows how to hold her mastermind group. I think if you put more of us on there than her, because obviously we outnumber.
Okay, that makes sense.
Well, I don't mind about that. I just think all 3 of us love to talk, and like with one person, we have some value to offer. Like we really do. I feel like when one person talks, if there's like 6 people that want to give that one person feedback, I think that what would work, and I think that would work really well is if I mean even 2 people coaching is like a lot. I think 3 is definitely manageable, but I think if we got any more, then it would be like in person. I think what we could do is maybe if we ever collaborated on an in-person event, let's totally do that. I think that's a really good idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
And keep the ideas coming. Like I think that we could really make this something great. It's going to be something great, obviously. I think we could also really make it something great. We could brainstorm some ideas, and let's just figure out the numbers. Let's create maybe like an Instagram group. I'm like big on Instagram.
I love your Instagram groups. I swear to God, she creates like 3 Instagram groups every mastermind. Like,
but people want it because it's like because we have like almost 100 people, and we can't have them all in one group. So we are going to have to launch the Facebook group, but so I'm like, hey guys, like you guys connected, build those deeper connections, right? Because those deeper connections are really great. That's the point of why we do that. And also the people that are like so emotionally invested in this mastermind are all the people that are posting about it on their social media and creating all that social proof, right? So that's like a massive focus of mine. I'm obviously like, I'm a realist. Like you need those diehard people to create curiosity of people like, what are they doing in that mastermind? Like what's going on? So that's why I really just try and create those deep connections, because that's where you really get people.
100%.
But I love it. Let's do it. Did you guys have any other closing remarks?
Nah, this is a conversation.
Cool. Okay, I'm going to create a group. We're already in there. And then, let's figure out. So what about numbers? What would work with you guys if I brought, if the leads were from like my contacts, what would be something that you guys would be interested in doing?
I'm sorry, I'm not following. Okay, you're talking about the collaboration of the 1C2s, the one-step, two-step?
Yeah, like how would the numbers work? How could you see that?
Well, if you're doing, you said your mastermind is a monthly gig, right? Right, where the jump has a finite process. So the jump itself, like our super jump, right, it has 3 components to it. It has the VOD that goes with it. It has the
VOD, video on demand.
Video on demand, yeah. We actually send it to you, and you have a backend mat. You log in, and it's all set up for you. It's sequentially done. It's automated.
Cool.
Our infrastructure is ridiculous. I've spent 2 years building it.
Wow, I love that.
That's back when I was a CEO and blah 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 whatever. I think you said it was $199, so you could offer them a package that says, hey, look, normally if you come to the jump in our super jump, it's $397 plus yours is $200. So there's your first month, but that's obviously going to put you at $600. So if we knock like, let's say $100 off of ours and you keep yours on the front end, so you don't really take yours off because they're going to stay. We want them to stay with you on the monthly. Once they go through the jump, they're either going to get invited to the PAs, the pre-architects, or we're done. And I'm okay with both. And if they come, then obviously I can affiliate you back there. That's not a problem because that's a $2,000 price ticket. Right? So that jumps fairly significantly. And then it goes higher from there. But I think if we want to get into the monthly, which is like
just to clarify, sorry to cut you off. So it's the $47 for the videos on demand.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just like they get sent something. And then from there, that's kind of like your lead gen, et cetera, entry level. And then from there, it's $2,000 or the $300 or the $400.
Yeah, it's $397 and then it jumps to PA.
So the $397 is for what exactly?
That's the super jump, right? So they get to come to the live jump with me. I actually still teach that live for 14 days in a row. They teach me, and they can watch it on a replay if they don't catch it.
How many days?
14.
Wait, what? It's $400 for 14 days?
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Wait, what? Oh, okay. What? How do you do 14 days for $400?
Because I'm already rich. I don't have to worry about money.
So what do you do for 14 days?
Well, I teach the jump, but I teach it specifically to that group. So the VOD is always going to be what the VOD is. It's never going to say anything different, right? It's just John for John Q Public. It's all there. All the 14 steps that I developed. It's actually 24, but I only do it twice a year on the what's called which is the big jump. But this is the mini jump. You do 14 days. It's going to walk you through it, right down the rabbit hole. And you have the steps. You have the clinical, the applicational, experiential. And I explain everything in detail. And it's about 75 minutes per for them to do that. But it's not tailored. But each group, as you so eloquently said, has its own energy. So when I do the live jump, these are people that have either gone directly to the live jump or they've architected like with Soto and the rest of the chief architects at one time or another, or they've come from the BOD, but they have questions because they want it more towards them. So when I do the live, I'm actually interacting with them, no different than we're doing right now on a call, but it's still the same structure, but they get to go through that whole sequence again. So they get the VOD, they get the call, and they get the live for the 397. And then from there, then if they're ready, then we'll jump up into the PA.
The live is
in
person?
No, live online.
Okay, and then
hell no! There's no way I could do it live on. No, God.
That's why I was like, "What's going on? What's going on?" Because I remember you said there was an in-person thing that he was in Thailand. So I correlated the Thailand experience that I thought was 14 days with this. So I was like, "What?" Okay,
those are summits. Those happen twice a year. Those are the architect summits. So we have architect.
That was the 24.
What's that?
Did you say that one was the $24,000 one or the 2,000?
No. Yeah, I know you're trying to. Our infrastructure is fairly deep. I'm sorry. This is why I don't like to go past like 2 steps because people are like,
no. That's fine. That's fine.
It's no. He went to Architect Summit, which is actually an event twice a year where wherever you are in your class structure, those are where people get to graduate. And part of your graduation is you actually go to the next step, which is Architecting 360. If you've gone to that far, you've gone through the big product, which is the 24,000. You actually get graduated. You get your full diploma. You get all the things that go with it. You get the IP. You become a fully graduated architect. You've been nasty trained, right? I mean, Soto's nasty. If he pushes the button, he can go.
Yeah, I believe it.
Oh, he can. He can take you down the rabbit hole. All of the architects can. They're all very well trained, and I'm adamant. I'm tough on my students because I want them to be like you. I want them to be bigger than myself. Yeah, it's a legacy piece for me because I'm at that stage in my life. I'm a legacy stage.
I love
So the architecting adventures are events we do for the architect's family, wherever you are in the family. If you're a pre-architect to a graduate, you can come to those events. They're not for outside of people, but we take that and we go to an event like Camino. We just did Kilimanjaro. We're doing Burning Man again this year, but it's only with the architect family. But those are architecting adventures, right?
You should come.
So we have these events. If you're in the family, you can come with us. And then we do those things. Then we do what's called architecting in real time. It's part of your practicum. So you learn how to do this in real time. It's not just, hey, on a structured call, I say this. No, because life is fluid. You've got to be able to move right now. And so they do that. The 24-day jump is what I think I may have confused you with, and I'm sorry. The 24-day jump is actually the full program I wrote. The Jumpstart Your Heart is 24 days. But I don't do it in 24 days because it's a freaking big commitment. And most people aren't ready for it, as you eloquently know in the mastermind, right? Because they come and go and they're wandering around and bees in their head. Whatever. So we only do, yeah, right. So we only do that. We only do it once a year now, and that's January because that's the big New Year's resolution. So that we start their year off.
Love that. Perfect.
Otherwise, they get the 14-day, and then I do the 14-day live online. Let me qualify that. But it is live. It's shot in my studio, and I'm interacting with them because I have the monitors and I can see what they're doing. They're asking questions. And like Soto was saying, the architects are in there, and then the trainees are in there because they're getting practicum and they're working with people. So it's this very communal experience where everybody, wherever you are on the journey, is always looking for each other. So it doesn't matter what your education is, your age group, financial. We don't give a shit about any of that crap. We care if are you ready to find out who you are, not who you think you are, and then we support each other. And so that's how it all goes.
Cool.
So our products are $397. So I was thinking with your product at $199 a month, maybe what we do is something like a 2-for-1 kind of deal where they get the jump at the super package. We'll take $100 off. Maybe you knock $50 off and they get their first 2 months with you as a part of this big package for $697. I'm making the number up. I haven't quite done the math in my head yet. Soto's better at the math than I am.
Mm-hmm.
And so, or you're definitely better at the math than me. I'm like, whoa, shit, what'd she just say? Slow down. But you're my daughter. My daughter's an accounting finance major, and she starts talking. I'm like, stop.
Oh, I love numbers. I love numbers.
Just tell me the number, honey. It's all Dad needs to know.
Yeah.
Just tell me the number. Yes, I'll stay in my lane. But something like that, I think it gives a real front end public value, right? To say, hey, this is the public event, and the people that are in your mastermind, they get to see what's coming, why they should stay with you. Mm-hmm. These are the things that the masterminds are growing into because it's only 3 weeks old, so they don't know what they don't know.
Oh, I
right?
just had an idea.
Why not?
Sorry to interrupt. If you want any help with like somebody coming in and talking about marketing and branding for your course as well, let me know. I'd be more than happy to. I'm like you, I get almost like daily offers, but I'm very picky with kind of what I attach my brand to, as I believe time is more valuable than money at this point when you're working on changing the world and building a movement. So yeah, if you need help with that, let me know. Maybe what we could do if we're going to do the cross promotion, then anyone involved can kind of do like, oh, well, also I'll be in there and he'll be in here. And then you also get kind of, you know what I mean? So it's more of like a conjoined, I just like a very
collaboration. It's not just
for this price you get X, Y, Z, I think. And we could even do it in future too. I mean, if this works, maybe we could do like a quarterly, like, you know, something like that where we do it. And then, you know, I mean, I'm open for possibility.
Yeah. You're picking up on what I was, and I probably didn't eloquently say it very well, because I'm thinking like you going, how can I help structure this the best to help us all? That's what I said about the events. Like we do a summit, I bring other masters and teachers in, because obviously, you know, I know what I teach and I know what I'm good at, but I'm not good at everything. Otherwise I wouldn't be on the planet anymore.
Right.
So you're clearly far better at marketing than I am. So, you know, I know this is Soto's passion. But when he called me, I was like, bro, I'm good at marketing. I'm more branding. I'm not really a marketer. I'm a branding, but I looked at your profile. I'm like, oh, this young lady's fucking way past me. All right, fine, great. Let's talk. And so that's what I was saying a moment ago when we do like a summit, which is our live in-person events where the classes are graduating and now they're going out with their architect brands. Boom. Hey, I'm going to introduce you to a friend of mine, Brittany. So Brittany and I work together over here with Mr. Soto. This is a part of what his brand does as part of the architect graduates. He's going to come in and tell you guys how not to stick your head up your ass and go do stupid shit on your marketing, right? Because I'm good at telling them how to brand their brand, but I will not tell you that I'm an expert on social media. I mean, I asked like last week when Soto and I were having dinner in Vegas, I asked him a question like, look, I understand algorithms.
Oh, were we all in Vegas
but
at the same time?
Yeah,
I lived in Vegas. I lived there.
You left to go see when we were with Taylor?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, that's so funny. It's like, I'm going to meet my mentor.
I was hanging out with Brittany and Caleb Maddox, and I'm like, I gotta go.
Yeah, he's telling me about Caleb, and I was like, oh, that's cool. Good on you. Yeah. So I live right there in Vegas. I live right on the strip because all my kids are grown. My grandkids are almost out of high school now. So my wife and I are like, we don't want to pay taxes anymore in California. Sold all our stuff.
Vegas is much better idea.
Yeah.
Also, I connected you with Brad Lee. He's got a really big podcast. I was just on it, and I got a bunch of messages. Like, hey, I heard you have Brad Lee's podcast. I'm sure you saw him, you'd recognize him. But yeah, I connected you guys on Instagram. So if you want.
I did. Yeah, I responded already. Thank you. I saw that. I thought DeSoto said you created groups. I'm like, damn, she's fast because I saw it pop up.
If you don't get it done, you're not going to remember. Like, how many times have you been, I'm going to connect you with this person, and it never happened.
It's a pet peeve of mine. That's why I was like, oh, wow, look at her. That's why I immediately responded, hey, thank you, Brittany. Appreciate that. Just to acknowledge that I saw it and thank you. And then for him to go, okay, this isn't just some bullshit, the two of us doing something. So thank you. I was grateful for that. So I immediately responded. And then he said form another group. I was like, oh, shit. Soto's right. She does form groups fast. I got to keep up.
He's quick. From an exposure perspective, Bradley, it's pretty good. He's got a pretty cool podcast. So
cool. Yeah, a matter of fact, I'll introduce you to a friend of mine.
He's a badass of that networking.
Yeah, she's clearly a networker. I think that's a super gift of yours. And that's something I would like the architects to learn more because we're all about connecting, but not necessarily always from a marketing perspective or a networking perspective. And that confidence that you referenced way back at the part of the conversation, so needed in networking. I agree 100%. It's the number one reason people stay in the corner and don't talk to anybody. I'm like, yep, duh.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I get it. So there's a friend of mine I'm going to introduce you to. His name is Chris Martin.
Oh, cool.
His book just came out. His documentary came out. He was an ex-client of mine. Very, very good friend of mine. His story's amazing. And I won't take you down that rabbit hole now. But his podcast is phenomenal. He's a cordon bleu chef.
Oh, cool.
Who was the largest CBD dealer. He was the largest CBD dealer in Arizona. They busted him for just no other reason. Threw his ass in prison for 2 years. Came out. Gave him his license back. He's now the largest CBD dealer again. And now he is the platform chef, Chris Martin. Look up Hemp Chef, HMMP Chef. I actually gave him his brand name, Hemp Chef.
I love
it was my gift to him. Yeah, he's a sweetheart. He has a new podcast called, what is it called? Convict Convictions, where he actually teaches you what the stuff he used to teach. He used to cook for all the convicts when he was in there for the 2 years in the pen. He cooked for them, and they would make up with what they had. And now he's got this podcast, but he was an orphan, so he's really big about kids and how to, help these kids. He's a super great leader. He used to be the leader of the biker gang. I mean, he's just this guy, right? Where you look at him and you go, this guy's just going to, pound my face in the goo, and nothing can be further from the truth. He's a big marshmallow. Him and his wife have been together forever. They're high school sweethearts. They've stuck through thick and thin. Their boy is a brilliant. He started a company at 9 called Paw Putty, which is CBD for dogs, and it's a putty they put on their paws, and it's exploded. But he just released his new book called One Life, and I was actually honored to be on the back cover as the endorsement. But his podcast exploded. I'll introduce the two of you because you two would jam, or he just would just like go. He'll just give you the mic and you just do your thing, girl. Cool. He'll be like that. He's a phenomenal human being right in Arizona. So I'd love for you to meet him. I think there's something there because people call him all the time. He's like, hey man, I just know what I'm good at. I'm just that guy. Like, Chris, I got you, brother. I love you. So glad to return the favor. And let's go from there. As far as the numbers, I saw the chat. Is that you that put that in there? So I don't know my readers on.
No, that was Brittany.
Oh, that's that was me. You said something about $697 2 months plus your offer or something.
I was thinking because that's got to be your I remember the revolving thing too, right? When you're doing the 99 month or whatever, you're always having that attrition rate. If you can get that down to single digits, you're great. But if you can get it to 0, it's awesome. But you always have that problem. So what if we just got them into 2 months? Because then you got the revenue for the time. They get to the jump. So we do maybe some of the head work up front for you, but then they're committed to 2 months, right? Because the 1 month thing, that's just my personal, I no mean to tell you how to run your company, but that was just my thought.
We're going to do yearly where we're rolling out obviously discounts. It's just, we just full transparency. We wanted to see how things would go and clearly things are going really well. So we gotta adjust the pricing though, because they're getting too much value for we're over, it's not reflective of the price. Weekly calls for between 125 to 165 Canadian dollars. That's kind of crazy. So we're branching it off now into $99 for one call, or for the entire package, we're looking at about $299 a month, and they get all the bonus groups because the masterminds vary it's got a lot. Like we have an accountability buddy, we have bonus groups, we have a content feedback group where you can post your statuses and I'll give you feedback. We have an LA meetup group where they kind of plan their own meetups. We have a new coaches group where people that need that support system. We have a trade for testimonials where people that are looking to kind of start their business can jump on a phone with each other and do a service in exchange for a testimonial. We have a couple other groups. We have a business directory. So we're going to be promoting everyone to exchange business within the group. So it's very intensive. So I'm thinking of doing that for the higher price. So yeah, so we're just kind of rolling that out. But yeah, I do have my next call in 3 minutes. But
I can tell you, Brittany, the problem is you don't have enough going on. You don't have enough energy. That's the first thing we got to work on. If we can work on that.
No, definitely not. I need to structure the business because I'm the crazy part. I charge $1,500 an hour if you want to do one-on-one or 6 sessions for 5K. And I'm literally jumping on the phone with half these people and doing like half an hour to 45-minute sessions right now. So I'm actually needing to build like coaches underneath me to on take this stuff because it's just yesterday it just got, it was a good turning point where I'm like, okay, we need to now scale this because I've maxed out my capacity. So that's kind of what we're doing right now. So that's what I'm going to be building the next structure of the company. So it's a cool problem to have is too many clients. But yeah.
Like Grant says, bigger problems.
Right?
Bigger problems.
I know our problems are good when we're like, what do we do? We have too many clients coming in. We have to halt sales and like build the sales team and the infrastructure and all that stuff. And then we can go hard again. But so life is good. I'm very blessed. I'm very, very, very blessed. Very grateful.
Okay. I like it. I'll get you the date, the 17th, 24th. I'll jam I need to call my assistant and ask me micro and say, where the hell am I? So I'll make sure I don't say yes.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah. And then thank you for the offer, by the way. And thank you, Soto, as always, brother. I love you.
Absolutely. No, I just, this needed to be done. I think it's going to be a great dynamic.
Yeah, and I think if we do this package, I just want to run your part, Soto. I'll make sure that anybody comes through your actual architect link so that we can track it all. It goes through you get taken care of. And then these are all your intakes, right? Wherever they go. They go PA, they go through your classes, or you can come off to one of the architects.
I'm already jamming with people in the mastermind. I love it. I love like the things that they had to say and just lifting people up and making them happy. And they're just like, thank you. I'm like, no, thank you. Because you're helping me as much as I'm helping you.
Get those testimonials, Ed.
Yes.
Did you get his testimonials?
Yeah.
Every single person in the group, because we do have a lot of new people in the group, a lot of them are like just so excited to jump on the phone with people, which I'm like, guys, do it. Like I'm the biggest promoter of it, but you need to get those testimonials. Your time is
reached out to
very
Nicole
valuable.
today, actually. I know Nicole. I met her at the MP.
Yeah, she speaks so highly of you. I had the opportunity to chat with her, and she's like, "That's amazing." But yeah, get those testimonials, and then if you watched last call, highlight them on your Instagram. And this is what I tell everyone to do. And Travis, I haven't looked at your highlights, but the testimonial highlight. And then
okay. On the Instagram, I know. I
put them in your story. Save it as a testimonial, and then what you do when people are on the fence of hiring you, this is my process, and I'm a killer at closing, at sales and marketing. So if they don't respond within 4 hours, then I'll send them the mastermind tab, the highlight, and be like, check out what other people in the similar situation as you said would love to have you on board. Let's work together. How are we going to make this happen? And close.
Maybe we'll talk about that later, like one-on-one about a website. Because I'm building funnels and website for the Instagram building. So I'm going to build a funnel to get people in for the giveaways. And like, it's kind of trickling down where we're probably going to do it worldwide. I got a buddy that just got someone in China and in Colombia. And so big things coming on that end too. So it's exciting.
I can send you, the other thing, this is super side note. I'll send you all of the giveaways I've been involved in. And every time there's a giveaway, message every single person that giveaway, because people that do one giveaway,
exactly.
Message every single one of them and say, hey, we have a giveaway. Have a unique selling point. We'll chat about this later, but
yeah. We'll jam about it later. But
Cool. Sounds good. Well, thank you so much for your
I'm
time.
excited.
I appreciate you guys. I respect you guys' time. Thank you so much. I'm super excited for this. And if you need anything, let me know.
Thank you. And you're
Thank
going
you,
to set up the chat, I'm assuming, in the Instagram, like you said, for the three of us?
I did. I sent a,
Awesome.
I think
Of course you did.
Of course you did. I'm like,
infamous
Dumb
person.
question. I should
Oh,
know.
okay.
That's a dumb question.
I'm like, that's why I post. I'm like, this girl's a badass. I love it.
Yeah, hey, I look
How are
forward
you
to learning too. All right, Miss Brittany, thank
Okay,
you.
And I'll invite you into
Thank
the
you very much.
mastermind, Travis. You can have a membership to the mastermind. You'll learn a lot,
I'd love to.
especially jump on my calls. I'm setting up the structure where I'm going to do one call a month where it's just like hardcore marketing, like bring a notepad essentially. One of them is going to be like this coaching, like I want people to do like really in-depth work. One of them is just going to be an expert where expert just talks. And then I think I'm going to actually have 2 experts a month, one like hardcore coaching, mindset, reframing, everything we're talking about. And then one like where I'm doing the hardcore marketing. So I'll invite you into the mastermind and then, they're weekly Zoom calls moving forward. And then you'll just get the invite and they're at 6 p.m. MST, 5 p.m. PST for the time being.
Perfect.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
cool.
Thank you. That's very kind. I really appreciate that. Thank you. That's very kind.
Of course. And you can kind of see what we're about. And and then if you, we'll figure something out. I also see something a little bit more long-term where if you want people that need that support community build, maybe we can be an offset of that. And then if I need people that want to do more advanced training, I don't do the advanced level stuff. So maybe we can kind of do
Absolutely. Yeah, you're dovetailing. That's exactly what I saw. I'm like, you need to go talk to her. She's going to get you set up. Until you're there, you probably don't want to hang out with me. There's no point.
well, it's more of the community, right?
She's going to get you to hear what you want. If you don't know what you want, don't hang out with me. There's no point, right? So I think that's a really cool 1-step, 2-step. Soto, I love you, brother. Thank you for making the introduction as always. You take care.
Thank you very much for the time, guys.
I'm going to Australia. Fly well.
Look forward to big things ahead, always.
Absolutely.
Big things ahead. I love it.
Love you guys.
Bye, guys. Love you too. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.